Leave it to Bose for a revolution in sound. We launched these in January. They were very, very popular. It's the first time we're back, and now featuring our first ever Bose Today's Special hearing aid. These are FDA cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aids. That's right, an FDA cleared Class 2 medical device. If you want high quality audio, you want that clear, natural sound, you'll never miss a word, you'll never miss a moment of your favorite movie. They're comfortable, they're discreet, they're easy to tune yourself with this wonderful Bose app that you'll download on your smartphone. And tonight we're also going to make them affordable. We're going to give you several easy ways to pay for your Bose hearing aids. And tonight, it's the only day, it's the only place in the world you're gonna get this incredible value. In fact, it's the lowest price we've ever offered. It's also a better price than on the Bose website. We have the best price in the country, and tonight you can get in on our best value of the day with easy monthly interest-free payments on your major credit card of choice, $159.80, or take advantage of our 18-month VIP financing on the HSN Q card or Zulily card. And we're gonna make that super affordable, about $44 a month. But only here at HSN are we gonna do something special. Not only the lowest price anywhere, but a 90-day return policy. That's right, we're so sure, we're so confident you're gonna love these brand new Bose hearing aids that you can customize and personalize yourself. We're gonna give you 90 days to try them out. They come with a 1-year warranty and incredible, excellent customer service from Bose. We're gonna tell you everything you need to know over the next hour. So I wanna invite you to join me. I'll also be answering questions on my Facebook page. It's Sarah Anderson TV or Sarah Anderson HSN on Instagram. If you wanna jump on, you'll see a picture of me wearing this dress. That's a great place to post your questions. But I wanna introduce you to our Bose expert, our electronic expert, someone who knows music and sound, certainly more than anyone I know, the one and only Aaron Berger. Great to see you, Aaron.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you. Great to be here tonight. You're right. My background is in music and is in sound and in speech, which audiology and speech pathology sort of go together a little bit. So it's just been an honor, frankly, to learn about these and to share with you tonight some of the things that I've learned. As Sarah said, these hearing aids not only are a brand new thing for HSN. We've never done a hearing aid today special in our 45+ year history at HSN, but they're a new thing, period. These are the first FDA cleared direct to consumer hearing aids for adults with perceived mild to moderate hearing impairment. And that whole direct to consumer thing is really big. It means that you don't need a prescription to get these. You don't have to go to an audiologist to get these. You don't have to go to a doctor. And then furthermore, once you have them, you don't have to go to somebody to tune them and to fix them and to make them match the way you hear or to match any hearing impairment you may perceive yourself as having. You get to do that all yourself because you simply give us a call. You make the decision. I think that's one of the hardest things is kind of probably coming to terms for many of us going, okay, I know there's a problem. I know I can't hear quite like I would, particularly in crowded rooms, in crowded restaurants where I'm trying to listen to the person across from me. I just can't always make out what they're hearing. And so I either pretend like I can hear it or I get frustrated or whatever, or, you know, coming to terms with when I'm watching a movie. How many times do I ask my spouse, what did they, huh? What did they say? Did you hear what they said? I didn't hear what they said. So the extraordinary thing about this is that once you go, okay, that's the problem. We now have a fix, and you don't have to go through a bunch of steps. You don't have to make appointments. You don't have to keep appointments. It doesn't cost you the thousands of dollars that hearing aids cost. You can maintain these yourself. So it is an exciting day and really a revolutionary product, Sarah, in so many ways.
In fact, we have a simulation to run, Aaron, that I think also gives everyone certainly a way to experience what it's like to be hearing impaired at home. Take a listen.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Let me tell you about our specials. So tonight, we've got some great new craft beers on tap. There's a pale ale from one of our local brewers. It's very crisp, citrusy, if that's what you're into. And tonight's soup is butternut squash, and that comes with a wood-grilled crostini with eggplant on the side. It's very popular. Also on the menu tonight are spicy chicken wings with a blue cheese sauce. And these would both pair nicely with that pale ale I mentioned. So what can I get for you?
At the end of their long journey, our colony of penguin chicks have reached the ocean. They peer over the edge, waiting for the right moment, anticipating the dangers that await. Until finally, one of them jumps, which inspires the others to follow a clumsy cascade of juvenile penguins falling into the sea.
Hey, honey, do you hear that? It sounds like a pair of cardinals.
Where are they? I hear them, but I don't see them.
Oh, I think they're coming from up there.
And Aaron, I love that video because 33 million Americans experience hearing impairment. And that also helps the rest of us understand what it's like to struggle to follow a conversation, or we're missing out on the sounds of nature or that television show or movie.
That's right. I think that simulation is a really good job, explaining to us when you're wearing these, you hear how the waitress's voice all of a sudden is louder, not just everything in the restaurant. That is one of the things about, and I'll talk more about this a little bit, about the world, what they call the world volume. So when you turn up the volume on your hearing aids, either using your app or there's a little button right on top of the hearing aid where you can do it, it specifically pulls out some of the softer sounds that people have trouble hearing, like the consonants when we're speaking, the p, b, t, d, g. Those sounds that often get lost in people with hearing impairment, it pulls those out and it heightens them in the same way it does soft voices, like children's voices. It doesn't just amplify everything equally. It amplifies what you're trying to hear, some of the specific things you're trying to hear, more so than it amplifies, for example, the background noise. So it's extraordinary. You heard animal sounds when we sort of took that virtual nature walk, if you will, and you could hear the birds in an incredibly different way when the hearing aids were on versus when they were off. One little thing I'll tell you, one little tip. If you want to explore that video, it's so well done, that simulation is so well done, a little bit better, you can go to hsn.com. On the product page for the Bose hearing aids, we've actually posted the video and the audio that you just heard. And if you listen to that with headphones, you'll really get an incredibly accurate description of the difference between listening with the hearing aids and without. So just a little extra tip there. All that being said, I'm ready, Sarah. If you're ready to dive in, I'm ready to dive in and start talking about some of the specifics, start showing off the app, start showing you how to wear the hearing aids, all that good stuff.
Let's do all of that. And I also, Aaron, want anybody who's tuning in to know exactly who this would be for. So if you can help us kind of answer all those questions at home, who would this be right for?
Let me do that first. So thank you guys. That's perfect. This is right for you if you have mild to moderate hearing loss, as this says, or mild to moderate perceived hearing impairment. You'll usually hear me say. If you strain to follow conversations when others don't, in noisy places, in restaurants, after church, in any sort of gathering, if you have trouble understanding the TV or trouble understanding movies, this might be for you. And I'll go through this still again. We're going to show a little video, and I'm going to sort of reintroduce the product. And then we'll look at this still again, and I'll talk through who this is for and who it's not for. I'll go over who the product is not for then as well. But let's do this. Let's sort of, we have a video we're going to show you guys. I want you to see what the hearing aids look like when they're actually on, and I'll tell you a little bit about them. Again, this is the first FDA-cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aid available for adults with perceived mild to moderate hearing loss, or excuse me, hearing impairment. Paired with the revolutionary Bose Hear app, you can fit, program, and control a sound control hearing aid for clinically proven audiologist quality customization without a doctor visit, without a hearing test, or without a prescription. And you can make setting adjustments yourself in real time and in real world environments without assistance from a hearing care professional. The SoundControl hearing aids were developed by a team of Bose scientists, audiologists, and engineers who took decades of expertise to create the first FDA-cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aids. They're meant to improve your hearing quality. The hearing aids do not stream music or call. So just to be clear there, these are hearing aids to help you hear the world, the environment around you. They're not a streaming device. Speech that once sounded mumbled, especially consonant sounds, are clearer. Children's voices, softer voices are easier to understand, as well as listening to conversations, even in noisy environments. Bose's custom-tuned technology is so significant that in many ways it redefines hearing aids entirely. And I think that's key, Sarah, that we are, in a sense, redefining now how people can help themselves when they have a problem with their hearing.
It's revolutionizing the entire industry, because think about it. In the past, you've had to jump over a lot of hurdles just to get your hearing aids. First, you'd have to have probably a family member or a friend tell you, it just doesn't sound like you're hearing everything that I've said. And then you think, okay, well, now I got to go to my doctor. So then maybe you make an appointment with your doctor. Your doctor tells you to see an audiologist, and then you go to the audiologist, and then they say, well, let's have you come back, and they maybe fit you for hearing aids, and then they want to test them, they want to tweak them, and then you go home and you come back every time you need sort of an adjustment or another fitting. You don't have to worry about any of that today. In fact, these are the first ever FDA cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aids. And there are a lot of hearing aids out there. If you shop at retail or if you shop at other online vendors, I want you to know not all hearing aids are created equal. They might just turn up the sound, but they turn up every sound. It's really just amplifying the volume of everything. Bose, this is world-class sound, so these are in a class by themselves. It is a class 2 medical device. We're gonna give you everything that you need. So you are going to get crisp, clear conversations. You're gonna be able to tune them, adjust them, whether it's treble or bass or left to right or front to back, or really customize them. That's unlike any other hearing aid out there. So these are really your personal hearing aids that you can now have all the independence in the world. All you need to do is to place your order. We're gonna give you the hearing aids, which by the way would come with all kinds of adjustable tips. So they're very comfortable. They're very discreet. You can't see them in the ear at all, and you can adjust them manually on the hearing aid as well. Not only getting this great little carrying case, but we're also going to include the actual battery. So we're going to include 8 of those Zinc Air 312 batteries. These are very common batteries. You can buy them anywhere. We're gonna include 8 of those for you. And if you wanna buy additional batteries, we also have those available, but they've been going really, really quickly tonight. So let me give you the item number for the extra batteries. We do have an 8-pack of the batteries. That's 801615. And you can do that on single shipment, or here's what I recommend. If you're saying yes to our brand new Bose hearing aids, today's special, put those batteries on auto ship, because you're going to need the batteries going forward. They're really affordable. They're $8. So I would add that to your order. But look at how discreet they are. Look at how wearable they are. Look at how comfortable they are. And if you're someone who's watching right now and say, gosh, you know, maybe my family members or my friends have been asking me to get hearing aids. Ask yourself, what's the #1 reason you haven't done it yet? For most of my relatives, and I interviewed quite a few family members leading up to tonight, Aaron, I said, what's the #1 reason you hesitated to get hearing aids? And a lot of them said the cost. It cost thousands and thousands of dollars. The other reason was, oh, I'd have to go to the doctor, I'd have to get a hearing test, I'd have to get fitted, and you're making appointments, and maybe you have to get someone to drive you, and there's all this back and forth. In fact, my mom, who has hearing aids right now, she sort of was preemptive. She didn't want to miss anything. She has a slight hearing impairment, but she didn't want to wait until she was missing out on so much of life. So she went ahead, spent several thousands of dollars on hearing aids, and she said, you know what I gotta do next is I've gotta go back for an adjustment. So every time she needs a tweak, she's got to go make another appointment, and that's time and that's energy out of our day. If you are thinking about making an investment in your life, in your family, in experiencing life to the fullest, whether it's just a conversation at a busy restaurant or whether it's enjoying nature and being outdoors, this is the best way that you can get hearing aids today. It really is. It's the best brand. It's Bose. It's direct-to-consumer hearing aids. These are clinically proven to give you adjustable sound. That's an FDA-cleared medical device. So you're getting all the quality in the sound, and you're getting the most affordable offer anywhere in the country. No one else has this price, not even Bose. and Bose actually invented these. So you would think they would have the best price, but not today. We also have free shipping. We have flexible payments on both your major credit card as well as 18-month VIP financing. And don't forget, there is a 90-day return policy. Aaron, that's impressive because they're so confident you're going to love these, and they really want to make sure that you have the right experience and you have time to get used to them and adjust them. They're going to give you 90 days to make your final decision.
Yeah, I'm really proud to be a part of this product, and that's one of the reasons I'm so proud to be a part of it. Is we know with something like this, obviously, it's like when you get a new pair of glasses. The first day you put on your new pair of glasses, you're not like, oh, great, this is so comfortable. I'm used to this. Let's go. You have to sort of adjust to them a little bit, right? I mean, these are our senses we're talking about. These are very key components of our every moment of our life. Same thing with hearing aids. When you get them home, you'll actually set them up using the Bose Hear app. It takes about 30 minutes, but then there's all sorts of little tweaks. I'm going to talk about that a little later, tweaking the treble, tweaking the bass, tweaking what we call the focus settings. So you can ask the hearing aids to either hear equally everything that's around you. For example, if you're taking a walk, you want to be aware of any, of other pedestrians, of cars, of all those sorts of things, of birds, of animals. That's the everywhere setting, focus setting. And then there's a front focus setting that helps the hearing aids focus specifically on basically what you're looking at. So if you're having a conversation in a crowded restaurant, they focus your hearing to the person in front of you so you can hear what's going on. And you get to do all those things yourself. You get to control all those things yourself. But we understand that that might take a little while to get used to. We want you to experiment with it, and we want you to love it, and we're certainly convinced that you will. Before I get into the Bose Hear app, which I'm going to do in a minute, the Bose Hear app is a key component of this. It's really the hearing aids plus the app that allow you the freedom of not needing a prescription, not needing someone else to tune these for you, not having to make an appointment, not having to see a doctor, et cetera, et cetera. Just before I get into that, though, we're about 20 minutes into our presentation, and I want to take a look at really take a listen to our simulation again. This is a simulation that simulates, I suppose, the difference between hearing the world without the hearing aids, supposing you had a hearing impairment, a mild to moderate hearing impairment, and then a comparison of hearing it with the hearing aids and how they can help. And I'll point out 3 things to sort of listen for. Listen to the difference in the waitress's voice. You'll see in the simulation when we turn on the hearing aids and turn off the hearing aids, listen to how much more clearly you can hear the waitress. Listen to how much more clearly you can hear the television, and then the sounds of the birds, or the robins, or the cardinals, or whatever they are. There's a big difference. So take a listen, and Sarah and I will see you on the other side of the video.
Let me tell you about our specials. So tonight, we've got some great new craft beers on tap. There's a pale ale from one of our local brewers. It's very crisp, citrusy, if that's what you're into. And tonight's soup is butternut squash, and that comes with a wood-grilled crostini with eggplant on the side. It's very popular. Also on the menu tonight are spicy chicken wings with a blue cheese sauce, and these will both pair nicely with that pale ale I mentioned. So what can I get for you?
At the end of their long journey, our colony of penguin chicks have reached the ocean. They peer over the edge, waiting for the right moment, anticipating the dangers that await. Until finally, one of them jumps, which inspires the others to follow, a clumsy cascade of juvenile penguins falling into the sea.
Hey, honey, do you hear that? It sounds like a pair of cardinals.
Where are they? I hear them, but I don't see them.
think they're coming from up there.
Oh, I don't know about you. I don't want to miss the penguin movie. I don't want to miss the penguin movie. I don't want to miss the birds out there in the woods. So it's really important, Aaron, that it makes it so much easier than ever before to enjoy and adjust the hearing aids when they get them home, right?
Yeah, those things are absolutely key. And so now that we've taken another listen, I want, even for those of us who don't have hearing impairment, I think it's important to understand, right, the difference that other people can experience, the different ways that we can experience sound, and the different ways that the hearing aid can help a grandmother, a grandfather, a mom, a dad, a godmother, a godfather, et cetera. I think it just helps us be empathetic to hear that. I love that simulation. I want to spend some time now showing you how the app works. So we have a video. We're going to take a look. You're basically just taking a look at the app on my phone here, but I pre-recorded it so you can see it a little bit more clearly. With the Bose Hear app, you can personalize your settings in about 30 minutes or so. It's a big shift from what's needed for conventional hearing aids. It's simple. There's hundreds of options for fine-tuning your sound control. The world volume, which is what we were turning up and down there. And by the way, we're going to play this video for you twice in a row, so you'll see this twice. The world volume turns up everything. Turns up the volume of the hearing aids up and down. You can also do that on the hearing aids themselves. So you can do it on your app, or you can do it on the hearing aid. So you don't have to pull your phone out every time you want to make an adjustment. You can also adjust the treble and the bass, which is what you see us doing right here. That's to make voices and sounds more natural. For example, turning up the treble makes sounds brighter and crisper, or you can use the bass setting to make sounds richer and deeper. Of course, no hearing aid can restore normal hearing, but the sound control hearing aids can help you hear better in different environments. And something I want to point out, you see there, we're showing you how you can turn the sound up and down on the hearing aid itself as well as on the app. When the world volume is increased, this is really key. Quiet sounds are amplified more than loud sounds. So now you can hear what's around you more comfortably. Remember, it doesn't just sort of turn up the confusion, it turns up and filters for you. So the consonants you can hear more clearly. Soft voices you can hear more clearly. In a minute, we'll get to a point where it shows you even the focus of the hearing aids. That is, if it's focused on everything around you, or if you want the speakers to focus more directly, the microphones, I should say, to focus directly on what's in front of you. So if you're in a noisy situation and you're trying to hear someone across a table, or if you're out on a walk and you kind of want to hear everything generally, it's extraordinary how smart these are. And one of the reasons they're this smart, let's just kind of take a step back and remember for a minute, these are a product from Bose. Bose is what we think of as a gold standard in sound across the world. They're the people, for example, who their speakers, their sound is in the Sistine Chapel, one of the most beautiful things mankind has ever created. The sound inside there could be by anyone in the world. It's by Bose because they're the best. The sound for NFL, when you see the coaches and the players on the sidelines with headphones on, those are Bose headphones. NASA actually uses the headsets that the astronauts use. They're Bose headsets. They are the sort of world hallmark company when it comes to sound. And now they've done something new. Their scientists, their engineers, along with audiologists, have all got together to create this extraordinary technology, Sarah, that allows us to bring to you the first FDA-cleared direct-to-consumer device for adults with perceived mild to moderate hearing impairment. It's a solution that you can do all on your own without a prescription, without a trip to the audiologist. And one of the nice things is that as you wear these and as you get used to them and as you encounter different situations, unlike the traditional hearing aid model, where if you want anything tweaked or anything changed, you've got to go to an appointment. You've got to set the appointment first. Then you've got to go to the appointment. Then someone has to fix it for you. And then you get to go home and go, is that right? Did they do it right? Is that really the way I wanted it? Do I want it? You can change it at any time you want under your own real life circumstances this way. It's almost like having almost like having your audiologist at home with you because you have control. I love that part.
It's freedom. right? It's
right.
freedom, not only from feeling like you are obligated to go through all of these channels, all of these hurdles, all of these appointments. So you get your freedom, your independence back to make your own decisions, to customize it the way you want it. But you're also free from those really expensive alternatives out there. There's probably number one reason why maybe you haven't taken the leap yet if you do suffer from mild to moderate hearing impairment, and it's probably the price. Well, we really aim to help you with that today. Now, this is Bose. You're getting premium quality sound. The best name in sound, period, is Bose. You're getting top tier brand here. You're getting a brand that is known for luxury, prestige, high quality sound. That's the sound that I would want if I needed hearing aids. And we're gonna give you all the different tips to customize it. We're even gonna give you this little brush. You can clean your hearing aid. Even the brush has a magnetic tip to help you pop in your batteries really easily. We're gonna give you the case. We're gonna give you a great guide that walks you through all the steps. They also include a free consultation with every pair that you purchase. So you get to call customer service and chat as long as you need to make sure that you have all the tips and tricks and you've got it set it up just perfectly. So they include their world-class customer support. That's all part of this one-day only package, but I will tell you, they are going very, very quickly. This is the first ever direct-to-consumer FDA-cleared hearing aids we've ever offered in the history of HSN. We've never been able to offer you hearing aids until now. So if you have been waiting for something like this, or if you've been saying to yourself, or maybe your family members have suggested, Mom, it's time, Dad, it's time, Grandpa, Grandma, it's about time. We don't want you to miss out on those wonderful family conversations. Because what happens when you do miss out? I know that when I was spending years with my grandfather before he passed away and he had experienced hearing impairment, we would go to big family dinners and suddenly we noticed he wasn't saying a word. He just kind of isolated himself at the end of the table. He couldn't participate in the conversation over here or the conversation over there, and he just got so frustrated he shut down. And then he wasn't his vivacious and incredibly big personality that we knew him for. And then we realized, wow, it's really that hearing impairment that is starting to affect his personality. And then he would feel more alone, and then he would feel more left out. And then he wouldn't want to sit down at big family dinners with us anymore. And there was nothing more heartbreaking than not feeling like my grandfather couldn't participate. Well, he didn't have access to something like this. And now you do. So whether it's you or you have a family member, you know, maybe it's time to call Mom or Dad and say, oh, we've been talking about this, Mom. And today HSN has an incredible opportunity. You know, our families are the most important thing we have. Our relationships are the most important thing that we have. And it's what keeps life exciting, entertaining. It keeps our seniors really engaged with others and with the community. It means they can enjoy music and they can enjoy a restaurant and they can enjoy going to the movies without saying, what did they say? What did they say? Over and over again. So if you have someone that you love that you really want to make sure they have an opportunity to become a bigger part of life, to join the conversation again, I really hope you tell them about our today's special. However, this is only for one day, and there's only one last and final presentation around 11 p.m. with Adam. I don't know how many of these there are going to be remaining, and I don't want you to miss out. So if you can, give us a call, place your order. There's no risk to you, absolutely no risk to you, because you have 90 days. We're giving you 3 months to try these out, to customize it, to personalize it, to use the app, to enjoy the free customer support that they'll be there 24/7 to answer your call and make sure that you have everything you need to set these up accurately so you can really get back in the game, you know, and whether it's playing games or whether it's enjoying family time or whether it's dating or whether it's being outdoors again. A lot of us are going outdoors for the summer, to a concert, to a festival, to a fair, maybe just picnics and barbecues and family reunions. Wouldn't you love to be a part of it and be there with all ears, all ears, that's certainly something I know I would want for my family members, and I'm sure you would too. So it's another great time to consider not only great financing, we have flex pay, we have 18-month financing, and with the HSN credit card, it's as affordable as $44 a month. I know hearing aids can cost you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That's not the case today. They're $44 a month, and we're gonna make sure that you not only have no risk with a 90-day guarantee, but we're gonna make sure that you have all the tools that you need to really set yourself up for success. Really affordable. So it's a great time to jump in. We're also offering free shipping and handling. So why Bose? Why make the difference? Well, today it's the best value anywhere in the country. No one else has this price. Even Bose doesn't have this price. This is an exclusive offer that you'll only find here on HSN. And if you want to add HSN Protection Plus to your order, we can do that now. You can shop smart. You can protect it now. Hassle-free protection. If you just want to give yourself that extra little insurance policy, a little peace of mind, ask about HSN Protection Plus. You also might want to add on extra batteries, because I know these are flying as well. This is a great price for the batteries. We're going to include 8 of those batteries with your purchase. So you get 8 to get started, but if you want to buy additional batteries, they're only $8. They're on FlexPay, and they're also on auto ship. So I highly recommend locking in the batteries on auto ship. That way, when and if you need to replace the batteries, you never run out, because you don't want to be without your battery life. So I want to play a little simulation of what it's like to experience hearing impairment. Maybe it's you, or maybe it's a loved one, but this really shines a light on how frustrating it can feel to be left out in the cold.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Let me tell you about our specials. So tonight, we've got some great new craft beers on tap. There's a pale ale from one of our local brewers. It's very crisp and citrusy, if that's what you're into. And tonight's soup is butternut squash, and that comes with a wood-grilled crostini with eggplant on the side. It's very popular. Also on the menu tonight are spicy chicken wings with a blue cheese sauce, and these will both pair nicely with that pale ale I mentioned. So what can I get for you?
At the end of their long journey, our colony of penguin chicks have reached the ocean. They peer over the edge, waiting for the right moment, anticipating the dangers that await. Until finally, one of them jumps, which inspires the others to follow, a clumsy cascade of juvenile penguins falling into the sea.
Hey, honey, do you hear that? It sounds like a pair of cardinals.
Where are they? I hear them, but I don't see them.
Oh, I think they're coming from up there.
I would never want to not hear those birds chirp. I'm a big bird nerd, and I love being outdoors in nature, but sometimes it can be overwhelming. So if that video seems like those are things that you experience, I hope you're placing your order right now. I don't want you to miss out. Here's what they look like, by the way, and then we'll talk about how easy they are to wear. I want you to see how comfortable they are, how discreet they are. Now, you are getting a left and a right. I'm just going to hold up the case. You can see that they're different colors, so they're labeled for you, but they are smaller than a quarter. In fact, we've got a little video, and Aaron's back with us. So Aaron, walk us through this video. We can show you how easy it is to put on. And honestly, I couldn't see it at all when I saw our models wearing this earlier.
Sure, let's do that. Let's take a look at this video. And then after we do this, we'll go back and we'll talk about our focus settings a little bit too, because those are awesome and something we want to spend some time with. This is how easy it is to wear your hearing aids. There's a distinct left and a distinct right. The right has a little band of red around it, and the left has a little band of blue around it, as you can see there. So very, very simple to tell which is which. And then that video we just watched, we're going to show it to you again right now so you can see. To put them on, you just place the body of the hearing aid behind your upper ear, wrap the attached cable over the top of your ear so the speaker reaches your ear canal, and then insert the speaker into your ear canal until it feels secure. It should fit very, very comfortably. They weigh less than an ounce. One thing to point out, this cable will fit the vast majority of you out there. I have worn these several times just to test them out, to see what they're like, to test the app, etc. And they fit me, quite frankly, perfectly right out of the box. However, some of you, it'll be a small percentage, but if you're much smaller or much larger maybe than is typical, the wire or your ear is, you could need a different size wire. I'm only pointing this out for the very small percentage of you. If you need a wire that's larger or smaller, we actually even include a little sizing guide for you to use. You can go on your Bose Hear app and order that extra cable. It's free. There will be no charge. It's not additional or anything like that. What we care about, the reason I'm even spending this much time on it, is we want these to be perfect for you. We want them to fit perfectly. We want them to be perfectly comfortable. We want you to hear really well with them. So I want those of you who are listening now to know, again, if this cable doesn't fit perfectly, if it's too long or if it's too short, go onto your Bose Hear app and we will send you at no charge. We will send you the appropriate cable. We have one a little bit smaller and one a little bit larger, Sarah, for you to use as well.
Fantastic. By the way, if you have any additional questions, we've got about 25 minutes to make sure that you have all the questions answered. We're not on HSN's Facebook page right now, but if you want to jump on my Facebook page, you'll see the most recent photo. I'm wearing the same dress. It was just taken a few hours ago. And if you've got a comment or a question about our Bose hearing aids, we want to make sure that you have all the information you need to make a big, big decision, because it really is. It's a big decision, but it is a smart decision, and it's a really intelligent choice. So you can really be there moment to moment for all of those family memories. And Aaron, this is that time of year where we're planning those family get-togethers again, a bridal shower, a baby shower, maybe there's a spring wedding, there's graduations happening this spring, there's Mother's Day, maybe it's just going back to the office for the first time, and maybe you're realizing that you might have some hearing impairment, but you don't want anyone to know. They're very discreet, and you don't want to miss a word, whether it's a meeting or whether it's a private conversation with a friend or a colleague. So this is a great time to get started, Aaron, with really taking control of your health. I do want to mention one other quick thing, by the way. If you are placing your order today, do know that if you want to get credit or a reimbursement for this medical purchase, this is an FDA cleared medical 2 device, you can do that on your HSA or your FSA account. So they are great for reimbursement on your FSA or HSA accounts. I just want you to know that, because this is certainly considered purchase, but it's our very first ever FDA cleared direct-to-consumer pair of hearing aids. And Aaron, I know there's a lot to cover yet. Did you want to go back and talk more about focus on the app?
I'd love, if that's okay. Let's do it. You're talking about just how well we can hear it and the ways in which the app can really help. The focus settings are ways that can really happen. So right now, you see, if you look at sort of towards the bottom of your screen, you'll see that we're in the everywhere setting. In the everywhere setting, the microphones are not just focused on sounds in front of you, but all around you. So perfect for taking a walk, working around the house, a day at the park, those sort of things. In the front mode, which is right next to the everywhere mode, the hearing aids focus on sounds in front of you. So this setting can help you hear better during a group conversation, at a table at a restaurant, those sort of things, when there's extraneous noise around you, but you're focused specifically on what's in front of you. You can save your settings for activities and places that you frequently visit very, very easily. You know, for your favorite restaurant, dinner at home, watching a movie together, those kind of things. You can also customize the preset personal modes by adjusting the volume and the treble and the bass. You can even create your own custom presets. The Bose Hearing app also gives you control over balance between your hearing aids. So this is key. You might need the right ear to be louder than the left ear, or the left ear to be louder than the right ear. You have control over all of these things. And you see how simple it is, right? There's just a little dial there. Which do you want them perfectly balanced in the middle? Do you want the right a little louder, the left a little louder? It's so easy. Furthermore, you can mute either of the hearing aids. So you can mute the left ear or mute the right ear. And then last thing, again, probably not what most people will do, but some of you may very well, If you prefer or find that you prefer to only wear one hearing aid, either the right or the left, they do work independently of each other. You don't have to have them both on in order for them to work. So the choice is yours. Make one louder than the other, mute one or the other, or only wear one hearing aid if that's, again, what's most appropriate for you. And we let you decide that. That's one of the great things about this being the first. Again, this is kind of a revolutionary day for us. This is the first FDA-cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aid for adults with mild to moderate perceived hearing impairment. That means direct-to-consumer means you don't need a prescription, you don't need to visit a doctor, you don't need to see an audiologist, you don't have to have anyone tune or attenuate these things later. Now, that said, let's talk about customer service for just a minute. I think we even have a still that we can show you. You might be thinking, well, what if I need help? Great question. So when you first get the hearing aid home, you download the Bose app. It'll take, they say, about 30 minutes. I'll tell you the truth, it took me half that. Granted, I set up electronics for a living, so I'm used to doing it, but I found these exceptionally easy to set up. Once you get through the setup, at the end of the process, it says, would you like to schedule a session with a Bose Hear Product expert? So if you get to the end of setup and you either want to go over it again with someone else, or you didn't like the way it went, or you have a question, whatever, you'll be able to schedule right then and there on your phone a virtual session with a Bose Hear Product expert who can walk you through anything. Help and guidance are available through the Bose Hear app. There are in-app tips and those sort of things. There's online support content. And then if you have any questions, there's a Bose customer service toll-free phone number that you can call as well. Sarah, you mentioned this earlier, but I think it certainly bears repeating. One of the great things about buying these here today is that you have 90 days. You know, we understand hearing aids are something probably that take a little bit of getting used to for anyone. We think you'll have great success and we think you'll have it quickly, but just like a new pair of glasses or a new exercise regime or anything, it takes a little bit of getting used to. And we try to provide tools like the ability to schedule a session, a virtual session with someone, like the ability to call the 800 number if you have any question. We try to give you lots of tools to iron out any questions or issues you might have, but we want to make sure we also give you plenty of time to use those tools.
Excellent. And to that point, we also want to make sure they fit beautifully. So let's also just talk about the tips briefly one more time, Aaron, because you're going to get all of these different tips. You can get the custom fit. And then we've got some questions coming in on Facebook too, Aaron, but you really are getting a complete set here. So everyone's going to find the perfect fit.
So just so you know, the ones across the top are what we call the open tips, and the ones across the bottom we call the closed tips. The medium open tip, so they're small, medium, and large. The medium open tip is what comes already, pardon me, on your hearing aid when you get it home. The open tips allow for more external sound into your ears, which can help your voice sound more natural to you. Makes sense, right? If you put your fingers in your ears, your voice doesn't sound as natural as if you have more external sound flowing into your ears. However, the closed tips are designed to provide more sound from the hearing aid. So if you need more world volume, if you prefer a higher world volume, or if you want more bass, the closed tips will be helpful to you. The SoundControl hearing aids are powered by a 312 Zinc Air replaceable battery designed for all-day use. Each set of batteries, really long lives, have about a 56-hour runtime with typical usage. They can be replaced wherever hearing aid batteries are sold. They're easy to change. You just open the door on each hearing aid and swap out the battery. In fact, you see the little cleaning in that live shot we were just showing you. You see the little cleaning brush? On the bottom of that cleaning brush, if you pick it up, Sarah, I know this is a funny thing to ask. If it's not glued down, I don't think it is.
I think it is.
See through.
Oh, wait, I got another one. I have another one.
I was just going to point out, there's a little magnet on the bottom of that that makes it really easy to handle the hearing aid. So anyway, it's not a big thing, but it's just another little thing to be aware of. We try to help you with every little issue you might encounter.
Okay, so if I open, how do you change the batteries? Annie just bought hers. Annie, thanks for giving us a shout out on Facebook. She's really excited. How do you change the batteries? Because we have a little brush with a little metallic tip, and that way you can actually pick up the battery with the tip. It's really another little kind of easy way, so you're not fumbling and trying to hold the batteries. But there's a battery on each of the hearing aids, right?
There we go. And I just wanted to show you guys as well. I did something I don't normally do. I got out of my chair because I wanted you all to see this is how you open and close it. And that's actually how you turn the hearing aid on as well. So when you turn it on, you just fully close that door and it will turn on automatically for you. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job keeping this in the middle of the shot. Let me try one more time.
I got it here too.
You got, oh good. Well, Sarah will have definitely a better view than me. And then to turn it off, you just open it and that stops the connection to the battery, and that will turn your hearing aid off.
See how I open the door? Now this is a metal tip on the end of your cleaning brush. So when you're placing it, you can use the metal tip. See how it sticks to the battery? That's so cool. That way you're not dropping your battery into your 1970s shag carpet and wondering where it went. So that's just a little door. It just simply clicks and opens. So keep the questions coming. Another question I know I want everyone to have the answer to is, because you're doing all the adjustments on your phone, your smartphone, you can make all the adjustments, but do you need to keep the phone with you at all times?
No, you don't. That's a great question. You need it to do the initial setup and to get it sort of configured the way you want. But for example, one of the things that you saw in some of the videos that we played, we held the hearing aid up so you could see there's two little buttons on the top to turn it up and down. So if you're wearing it, you don't have to get your phone out to turn the world volume up and down. You can just take your fingers right up there and turn it up or turn it down. You don't have to have your phone with you all the time. Your phone is a tool to help you tune it and to help you, control treble and bass and focus settings and balance between left and right and all of those sorts of things. But certainly in day-to-day, everyday use, you don't have to have your phone with you all the time.
Fantastic. Unless you just are obsessively checking Instagram. That's another reason to have your phone with you at all times. But keep the questions coming. That's on my Facebook page, Sarah Anderson TV. You can go to my Instagram, Sarah Anderson HSN. This is really exciting. This is something that I really want you to just take a deep breath and consider what we have today is something we've never been able to offer in the nearly 45-year history of HSN. We've never offered FDA-cleared direct-to-consumer hearing aids, and not just from any brand, from Bose. We have the best price in the country. We have the lowest price that we've ever offered, and you can fine tune them, you can customize them, you can personalize them at home, from left to right, from bass to treble, from front to back, to conversations, to outdoors, to music, to movies, to television. Wherever you are, you're gonna have the perfect hearing experience, but only if you place this order right now. I don't want you to miss out. They are going very quickly. They're popular. We have extra batteries if you want to add those to your order. But in case everyone's just tuning in our last 15 minutes, maybe we can kind of go back to the beginning, Aaron, and let everybody know who this would be for. If someone's watching right now and says, ooh, this is me, or I think that might be my family member, or that might be mom or dad, who would these hearing aids be for?
I'd love to do that. We'll just sort of reset and restart at the beginning. If you're just joining us, who are these hearing aids for? These might be for you, may very well be for you, or they're designed for you if you have mild to moderate hearing impairment. So if you perceive any sort of mild to moderate hearing impairment, and some ways that you might perceive that, do you frequently have trouble following conversations or hearing conversations clearly, especially when other people aren't having the problem hearing, and especially when you're in noisy places? That's indicative of hearing impairment. Do you have trouble understanding the TV? Do you find yourself asking, what did he just say all the time? Do you find yourself turning on the closed captions all the time? That certainly could be indicative of hearing impairment as well. So those sort of everyday things that make you wonder, am I hearing as clearly as I really should be hearing? I will say the product may not be right for you if you have severe or profound hearing loss, if you experience, once you get them home, if you experience consistent feedback when you turn up the world volume to a level that is comfortable for you, even after you've followed suggestions and the instructions, if you feel the hearing aid is not providing you with enough amplification, even at the highest world volume setting, these may not be for you. And also, important for us to note, a hearing healthcare professional who we respect deeply, obviously, they may be able to help you select a different hearing aid solution to meet your needs if you have more serious or more advanced hearing impairment. These are designed for adults with mild to moderate hearing impairment, and they are the first FDA-cleared device to be direct-to-consumer. So you can get these home without any sort of prescription or those sort of things. Sarah, I'll let you actually, to the extent that you want to go through, some of the reasons that you might see a healthcare professional. But for me, the big thing to concentrate on is these might be right for you if you have trouble hearing in noisy or crowded places, if you have trouble hearing movies or television, you find yourself asking, what did he say all the time? These might be an ideal solution for you.
Or if you're with someone who keeps asking, what did he say? What did she say?
That's right.
What did I miss? That can drive you crazy too. And you don't need any more stress on your family relationships. You want them to be memorable. You want to make sure that every time you're with your loved ones, you are creating wonderful memories. And I just spent a couple weeks with my parents, and I really did get to treasure every single moment. And I realized how important that was. You just don't know how precious time is until you don't have that with your family members. So I want you to enjoy every moment. I want to make sure you never miss a moment of conversation, or whether you're watching TV together or a movie together, or you're in a crowded restaurant together, no one gets left out. Because once anyone with a hearing impairment, or whether it's a mom, a dad, grandma, grandpa, once they feel isolated or alienated, or they feel like they really can't participate, you'll notice they really start to shut down. Their personality shuts down. They can't be a part of the conversation. Then they're just gonna withdraw more and more and more. I saw it happen to my grandfather, and believe me, my grandfather liked to be the life of the party. So when he couldn't be the life of the party, we could see him withdrawing, and really what he needed was hearing aids. So by the time we figured that out, he was back in full form, but I never want to see that happen to anyone's loved one. So I do want you to take advantage of this great value. Know the price is just for today. Only today do we have the special offer. Only today do we have a better price than Bose. Only today do we give you everything you need to get started with customer service, the 1-year warranty, the 8 batteries. We have financing with flexible payments on your major credit card of choice. We also have 18-month VIP financing. This is another really, really big reason to consider these hearing aids today. We give you 18 months to pay this off interest-free. If one of the #1 reasons you have not taken the plunge or said, you know what, it's time, my loved ones are asking me to get hearing aids, it's probably the price. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to get hearing aids. Not anymore. They're the first direct-to-consumer hearing aids, and today is your day to celebrate. I hope you celebrate. I hope you take advantage with interest-free financing. We hopefully can make that as easy as possible. Not to mention a 90-day return policy. I just want to mention that one more time. So you really have peace of mind that you don't have to make a decision the minute you get these home. Take your time. Take them for a test drive. Take them for the free consultation you get with the Bose customer service rep. Take them outdoors. Take them to movies. Enjoy those family conversations. You'll have 90 days to try them. If you're not absolutely in love with them, then by all means return them and we'll give you your first payment back. No questions asked. So just take advantage. Jump online, place your order now, 795-282. They are going quickly. And we want to get to a couple more things with Aaron. And let's show you again a little simulation. So if you're still not sure who is this for, take a listen and maybe it's you.
Hi, I'm Danielle. Let me tell you about our specials. So tonight, we've got some great new craft beers on tap. There's a pale ale from one of our local brewers. It's very crisp, citrusy, if that's what you're into. And tonight's soup is butternut squash, and that comes with a wood-grilled crostini with eggplant on the side. It's very popular. Also on the menu tonight are spicy chicken wings with a blue cheese sauce, and these would both pair nicely with that pale ale I mentioned. So what can I get for you?
At the end of their long journey, our colony of penguin chicks have reached the ocean. They peer over the edge, waiting for the right moment, anticipating the dangers that await. Until finally, one of them jumps, which inspires the others to follow, a clumsy cascade of juvenile penguins falling into the sea.
Hey, honey, do you hear that? It sounds like a pair of cardinals.
Where are they? I hear them, but I don't see them.
Oh, I think they're coming from up there.
That's right, Bose is changing the game, and I'm so excited that HSN is a part of this revolution in hearing aids. Aaron, they're different because they're direct to consumer. You can skip all those hurdles of a doctor, an audiologist, a hearing test, all that good stuff. Also, they're an incredible value, much more affordable than any other hearing aid out there. But I think the third reason everyone should consider these today is that you customize the experience just for you.
I think that's a huge part of it. With the Bose Hear app, which is the app that you download to customize the hearing aids when you get them home, you're able to control things like overall volume. And remember, when you increase what we call world volume, it specifically highlights things that are difficult to hear, things like consonants, things like voices that tend to be softer, children's voices, those sorts of things. Not only can you control world volume, by the way, both on the app and on the hearing aid itself, you can control the treble and the bass. So depending on what you're trying to hear or having difficulty hearing, you can adjust that. You can adjust the focus, either what we call everywhere mode, so you hear sort of everything around you equally if you're taking a walk, those sorts of things, or a focus mode, a front focus mode, where if you're having a conversation, say in a busy restaurant, a crowded restaurant, that's an experience I know that a lot of us have. It's very uncomfortable. You can't hear what's going on across from you. You can only fake it for so long before you just kind of check out, right? The hearing aids can actually focus on what's going on in front of you, focus on the sound that's in front of you, to help you hear that more clearly, even above all the din and all the noise around you. You can separately control the left and the right hearing aid. So maybe you need a little louder volume in one ear than the other. You can mute either of the ears. You can even remove them entirely. If you just choose to use one, that's entirely up to you. Wearing them is incredibly simple. Each set of batteries is about a 56-hour life or so, so a couple days of life with general use. They only weigh about an ounce. They're very discreet, very easy to wear. Like anything, though, we recommend continued wearing for a while. You know, if you use them infrequently, like anything, you probably won't be as comfortable with them than if you use them regularly, if you spend a little bit of time getting used to them. And again, should you have any problems at all or any questions at all, a complimentary consultation with the Bose hearing specialist is included. Once you get through the initial setup process on your app, Sarah, the very next thing the app will do is say, do you want to set up a virtual session with the Bose hear specialist? And you can choose appropriately then.
I love it. They're comfortable, they're discreet, they're affordable. And of course, you got Bose high quality sound. Aaron, thank you so much for bringing us this amazing, revolutionary new way to make sure everyone gets home a hearing aid today. Great job. I know you'll be back for one more presentation, 11 p.m. Eastern, if there are any of those left. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, I hope you're shopping. I hope you're shopping for a loved one. Congratulations in advance. You're going to be thrilled, and your family's going to be thrilled. Okay. You can also add HSN Protection Plus to anything you purchase here at HSN, electronics, and all those incredible, wonderful items that you need every day for around the house and around the home. We also want to mention one more great deal because it almost looks too good to be true. This is a Samsung Galaxy phone.